Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar on PostgreSQL Troubleshooting Made Easy with pggather. Now, today I have with me Mughis Ahmed, who is a PostgreSQL consultant, Mathematics, and he is going to walk you through the whole detail on how you can very easily and very quickly find out all the problematic issues that can be the reason behind the performance issues in your PostgreSQL database. But before I hand over the controls to McGee's, let me walk you through a few housekeeping items. This webinar is being recorded, and of course, you will get the recording after the session. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the webinar Q&A feature or the chat box, and we will answer them at the end of the session. And that's all from my end. Over to you, McGee's.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Today, we'll be discussing about the Postgres troubleshooting made easy with pggather. Uh, pggather, we call it the expert brain dump of the Postgres SQL expertise guys. And collectively, we bring all that information and we we created a tool out of that. Not me, but the guy who created that tool, and they created the pggather tool. And using that, we can do a lot of troubleshooting easy. So, okay, so let's go to the next slide. So, about me, I am Mughis Ahmed. I'm a Postgres consultant at Somatics. I'm from Pakistan. I started my career from Zong. It is a telecom company based in Pakistan as an Oracle DBA. After that, I went to Itisolcom. It's in Bahrain, and I worked there as an Oracle and MySQL DBA. And then I went to Percona as a MySQL DBA. Most of you guys know me from my MySQL background. But now currently I'm working at Somatics because my learning from Postgres at my previous company and currently here as well. So I'm like working now as a Postgres consultant at Somatics, and I will be sharing all of my learnings here at from like what I've got from my previous experiences regarding the Postgres and my experiences I got here at Somatics, which is currently today we are like showing you guys how we can use the pggather. So the agenda for like this pggather uh, webinar is here is that we need to like get into pggather and we need to know it better. So to know it better, we need to understand like why it was required and when it was invented and like what it is really. And then we once we have an understanding on the pggather, we will understand like what we can achieve from the pggather. And the thing we can do is that we can get a lot of information about all the indexes, about the table, how the vacuum is performing, and what are our Postgres parameter. We can review them and what kind of recommendation this pggather report can give us based on the the workflow you have. So whatever like how your system is, working is going to give you the recommendation based on that. Workload. And we can have like information about the long running transaction blocking, and there's a lot much more about the transaction and the session information we have. And at then we will have look into the actual report, and we will go through it, and we will see what is actually in the report of a production workload. And I will give you a go through that, and we will discuss each and every section of the report and try to make sense of it and where it can help us with our database performance and troubleshooting issues. And at the end, we will have a Q&A where you can ask questions. And if you have any future recommendation, and if you need to discuss something in the future, and we can bring up another webinar based on your question as well. Yes. Okay. So before we get into pggather, I want to give you like a basic understanding of like when we go for a diagnostic or any kind of troubleshooting, what is the diagnostic sources we can have and where we can look into. So the first thing we have is that host operating system. We mostly go into that and see like if let's say CPU memory or anything is getting like a hit, and based on that we try to uh, get a pinpoint, and we look into like anything related to let's say if the performance is due to the CPU, and we take that and we go on along with that as a baseline, and then we move on to the Postgres and then the logs as well. So in the Postgres, what we can do is that we have metadatas, PG classes and all those statistics views. We can look into that, and from there we can get all the information. And then at 9 we have not but least Postgres logs, which has like the ultimate time series data, and you can have like uh, a lot of information in the Postgres log. And mostly when you look into the Postgres log, you get to the issue, and you most of the time you will be able to solve it when you get to the Postgres log. So, and there are like open source tools built around these three resources. Okay, so you will have like Percona PMM, which is like based on Grafana, and you have all the dashboards where you can see the information. Then you have PG Watch 2, and now they have released the PG Watch 3 as well from Cybertech, and it has a lot of good information as well. And then you have Postgres AI monitoring solution. This is all these three are like based on Grafana, and Postgres AI is from Postgres AI itself. So then we have a PG Badger. It is only for the log analysis only. If you want to look into like an abstract level of information and you don't want to dig into each line, so you can just get the PG Badger report and you can look into like what is the problem, and it will give you a lot of information from your PG log. And then you have Grafana. You have to design your own dashboard, or you can pick up some of the community ones from Grafana Labs, and you can import those graphs to your Grafana, and you can establish your dashboard from there, and you can just monitor them. But if you want to have any of these monitoring solution, you might not be able to allowed to have, let's say, for example, if I take myself and I'm from support, okay, and when we go for supporting different customers, what happen is that mostly you don't have a monitoring system, or what happen is that uh, so okay. So what happened is that we will answer the questions later at the end, and and just to let you know that you can run it on anything, RDS or whatever it is. So, and later on, what happening is that we mostly they don't have this all of the tool. So, and we don't have access to it. So what we do is that because we tell them that you can execute the PG gathering, and it can give you all the information into that output file, and then we can generate a report of that. I will get into that and just in a minute. And let's go to the next slide. So this is like one of the issues which I mentioned here is that uh, I mean Postgres has like a lot of versions, starting from Postgres, let's say first version, and then going on from like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and now 18. And also when you go to RDS, let's say Citus as well, and other PG different version and different distribution. So what happened is that there are multiple like views changes, and with every Postgres major version, you'd see a lot of differences. So that's